Hi everyone! For those that are new here, I'm Raksha. I make videos about bullet journaling, mindfulness, and generally just taking the time to live well. Last year, I did a monthly planning video every month, filling out the monthly setup that I created in my Plan With Me videos. I thought they might get a bit boring for you if I do them every month, but they did seem quite popular, so I thought I'd do another one since we have quite a few new subscribers here, and it's a new season, which is always a nice time to plan. So at the end of a month, I glance through my annual trackers, checking to make sure they're up to date and having a look to see what my exercise levels have been like and my mood. With my mood tracker, I can usually assume that most days are content unless I go in and put something else in because they're a bit more rare. So if I have some blanks, it's usually because I know I need to just fill it in purple. One of my goals this year, which I talked about in my goal setting video, is to exercise 3 times a week, or at least do 3 of these wellness activities. February is looking good because I'm doing yoga with Adrian on YouTube, which is a 30-day yoga program, so that's helping me stick to my commitment there. It's always good to see when things are going well and taking a moment to appreciate it because it gives you a bit more of the positive energy you need to keep going. On the other hand, reading has been slow. I've only read 2 books so far this year. My routine has kind of been all over the place at the moment, which is probably why. But I haven't written any of the books in here, so I'll do that now. Then it's time to update the monthly moments page for February. Looking back at the month and capturing fun moments, milestones, or simple pleasures from the month. Sometimes for this, I flick through my spreads for that month to remind myself of what went on. I remembered I managed to add a new product to my Etsy shop, the grid spacing ruler. I got my first sponsorship deal for my videos from a brand that I love. Yoga with Adrian has been a big part of my month. I have some fun moments like my daughter Baby Ray turning 3 and her dancing her heart out on her birthday. Board games with my son Rahul, walks that we've been on and things that we've been watching on Netflix. We're in the middle of a national lockdown here in the UK, so there isn't anything super exciting on here. Well, that's my excuse anyway. Now I'm heading over to my March setup, which I did in my March Plan With Me video. I'm loving this boho spring vibe. Thanks, Kendra. That's the only way I can describe it now after your comment on my video. So on my monthly log, I start by highlighting the weekends, so I can see each week clearly when it's laid out like this, rather than in a calendar layout. Then I'm going to add in any dates that I have in my future log. I have a few dates in there like Mother's Day, birthdays, World Book Day when my kids usually have to dress up as their favourite book characters. I've got my YouTube anniversary on the 2nd of March. I will have been on YouTube and Instagram too, pretty much, for 1 whole year. Hooray! Now for the goals and tasks for the month. I was reading an article written by Ryder Carroll on the difference between goals, intentions and plans. He explained that you can look at it like this. Goals are the what, plans are the how, and intentions are the why. I'll link the article for you in the description if you wanted to have a read. Looking back at the goal setting I did in January, I pretty much followed a similar method by laying out what I want the outcome to be, the goal, the plan and the why. And I'm going to keep this method in mind for my monthly goals too. He suggests that to turn your goals into intentional projects, you start by looking at the why. You can then commit to a process supporting your why, which can guide your actions after you've written it down. I've done this for my goals which I set up earlier in the year, but I'm going to do something similar for setting my goal for the month. Focusing on my product goal because I noticed that I'm a bit behind on this goal in particular. So if I follow Ryder Carroll's instructions from his article, my intention for March is I intend to make my course a priority, which is one of the products that I'm working on. And I've filmed a bunch of footage for a course, but I haven't done anything with it. He then suggests that you write down 3 small complementary goals to support your intention, defining the outcomes. So I have edit course footage, upload course materials, and share the course to the public. Then define the plan, which is the process, small actionable steps to support your goal. So for me, I think to be able to get this done, I need to just wake up early before the rest of the family. So set my alarm for 5 a.m. every day and be in bed by 10 p.m, which will increase my chances of being able to wake up. You can, of course, set goals in any way you like, but when I saw the article come through from Ryder Carroll, I was interested in trying it out, to try and write something down that captures my intentions, goals, and plans. I always have a task section here on my monthly log too, so I can brain dump any tasks related or unrelated to goals. Especially while I don't have all of my weeklies set up, it's good to have a space here to jot anything down. Moving on, I usually have a glance through my simple things list. I can see I've actually already started doing some of these. These just serve as a reminder of the simple things to look out for and appreciate in a month. It's not a to-do list, more of a could-do list. My gratitude log I'll start on the 1st of March. I'm still using my February one for February. And this month for March, I think I'll just put in a word or two to represent each day in different fonts and styles. I'll share the final version on Instagram if you want to see that. This is the growth spread that I set up for the month. So the book that I've decided to read this month for growth is Think Like a Monk by Jay Shetty. In this book, he shares the wisdom that he learned as a practicing monk and how to turn it into practical steps that anyone can take every day to live a less anxious, more meaningful life. It's reviewed really well, and I think the idea is to free yourself from social conditioning and learn from monks who live calm, happy, and purposeful lives. So I think it should be an interesting read. In the do section, what I plan to do in general for growth is read every night before bed. If I don't, I just don't end up reading as much as I'd like, so that's a good time slot for me to do a little bit of reading, and it's a good way to unwind before bed as well. I think this, and also my commitment to wake up early every day, will probably be enough for this month. Under Learn, I'm putting in the class that I'm going to do on Skillshare. I mentioned in my Plan With Me video that I'm going to find one class a month that I want to do, and I talked about a journaling for self-discovery class that I did and I really loved, so check out my March Plan With Me if you want to hear more about that. This month I've chosen Instagram illustration, Make Shareable Art for Social Change. This course is about figuring out what really matters to you and creating art to communicate a clear message about the things that you care about. Next, I have my mood board. I filled this out in my Plan With Me already, so I don't need to do anything here. I picked lots of things that I want to enjoy this spring. We're in lockdown at the moment, so a lot of it is stuff that you can do while in lockdown. But things are going to be changing soon, and hopefully we will be seeing family and friends as well. But for now, I've put in the things that are fully in my control, like relaxing in the garden sun, having a picnic, enjoying my spring wardrobe, eating dinner outside, and having a fire in the garden. Finally, I have my weekly spread for March. I'm filming this a little earlier to share it, so I don't need to add my tasks for the 1st of March yet. I'll just be using the last weekly spread of February to write up my daily priorities. And this one I'll use on Monday the 1st of March, or maybe the night before. So that's it for filling out my spreads for March. I find it's really helpful to just spend 5 or 10 minutes, like I did in this video, to just think in advance about my goals and fill out the spreads that I set up for the month. And in some cases, research the books and the classes that I want to do. It just sets me up for a productive month and I can be more intentional with my time. Hope you found this helpful and I'll see you soon.